Torah portion describes how Moshe beseeched God to allow him to go into the land of Israel. Finally, God says, no, it's not going to help you, no matter how much you pray to me and ask me. It's time to provide the Jewish people with a new leader, a successor to you. And so Moshe chooses his devoted student, Yehoshua. And the day comes where it's Joshua to go into the sanctuary to communicate with God and not Moshe. And so that's what happens. Joshua goes towards the sanctuary, the cloud comes down, he communicates, he has his first private audience with God. When he comes out, Moshe says, "Nu, what did God tell you?" And Joshua says, "Dear mentor and rabbi, in the 40 years that you had your private conversations with God, did I ever ask you when God communicated to you?" Moshe was stunned, but more so, he was stunned by the fact that he was feeling little tinges of jealousy, of envy. And when Moshe began to feel that, he said, if that's how I'm going to feel going into Israel, with Joshua being the leader and not me, I'd rather not go in. I'd rather not live a life where I covet or am envious and jealous of someone or something else. This is the last of the 10 Commandments, the reading that we read for the second time in the Torah this week. And even though it's the 10th, it's considered to me to be one of the most abhorrent midot, traits that a person can have. First of all, it doesn't accomplish anything. Wanting or desiring something that someone else has doesn't get you any closer to that object. And on the contrary, it only makes you more and more miserable. Also, when you're envious of someone or something, really what you're saying to God is that God doesn't quite know what he's doing. While he distributed his bounty, so much to sow and so much to sow, you are under the impression that you are deserving of that, not that person. You're questioning how God decided to give each person their quota. And that's not a good trait either. So, wanting something is not so bad. Wanting something that someone else has, that shows an element of you that is not trusting of God and is simply not going to be healthy to lead your life in such a way. There is one exception to the rule, and that is while we're meant not to be jealous in physical things, of materialistic things, but we can be jealous when it comes to spiritual matters. When you see someone who's doing better than you in their learning, in their good midot, their good traits, in their observance, and so on and so forth, those things you're allowed to be jealous of. Because that jealousy will spur you to action, to become more and more like the other person in ways that is attainable and will have benefits to you. So stop being jealous. If you want something, create your own bounty. Create your own chest full of treasures. And ask Hashem to give you what really is meant for you. What do people say? You should want what you need, not what you want.